Top of the morning to you bros, my name is Shmolty, and today we're going to be taking a look at 5 oddly specific things about Shadow of War. With the epic gameplay reveal being out for almost a month now, people are still leeching off what views they can with incredibly niche information. Getting views is hard on YouTube, but making generic list videos about new topics is not.
Yeah, boy!
5 I think you'll find moments from Shadow of War. 5 times Shadow of War made you say, well, actually, what the fuck is this dog shit? Nobody needs to— 60,000 views! Oh shit, time to make a video! So as you all know, Shadow of War is the upcoming sequel to the ever-popular open-world action RPG Shadow of Mordor based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings universe. Every word uttered gets me closer to that 10-minute mark.
Gotta get that ad revenue!
With the recent gameplay reveal generating a whopping 1.2 million views, it's safe to say fans are pretty excited to see more of this game. So I've taken it upon myself to add 5 niche pieces of information that I can easily elaborate and speculate off of to take advantage of your excitement. So without any further sarcasm, let's get into the 5 oddly specific things about Shadow of War. Number 5. Catapulted Rocks can be shot out of the sky with Talion's bow. The main new feature on display in the gameplay reveal was tackling a large fortress with your own custom-built army. In the opening cutscene of the fortress takedown, the first war chief Talion is to face deploys a few different siege defenses to keep out the Bright Lord's army. One of these defenses is a series of catapults which launch flaming rocks over the wall and onto the attacking orcs. If you closed your eyes for a few seconds or forgot to use them, you might not have noticed how Talion whips out his slow-motion magic bow and shoots one of these rocks out of the sky. What's especially intriguing about this feature is how they shoot a random ass one and not the one that actually ends up knocking them on their ranger ass. We here at Shmolty Games are really looking forward to utilizing this feature. Number 4. You can execute with a hammer now, probably only in certain situations. After an epic 3-hit standoff with the cursed war chief Stormbringer, Talion, or rather the Wraith in this situation, whips out a sick elven hammer and beats the shit out of that servant of Sauron. It's hard to say whether or not this feature is exclusive to certain war chiefs or how soon you can use the ability, but one thing's for sure, it looks absolutely badass. Now let's watch some footage to increase the video length, as this was a short point. Number 3. You can blow up walls. Well, not just any wall, it has to be within a fortress takedown. It looks like fortress takedowns are pretty much the majority of the game though, so you can blow up walls! In the epic Shadow of War gameplay reveal, the lovely commentator mentions that Talion has a spy within the enemy ranks. This spy, properly known within the game as Deadeye, has conveniently placed barrels of explosives next to a wall that is crucial for the fortress's defense. Talion, being the technical genius that he is, once again whips out his magic slow-motion bow and ignites the explosives, effectively opening up a choke point for attack. It's impossible to know what would have happened if the spy hadn't placed those barrels, and we here at Shmolty are astounded at the depth of the Nemesis system in this game. It seems like planning and managing your attacks will be a genuinely fun and unique experience each time around, and who doesn't love to blow shit up? Number 2. You can equip armor and then not see it because your cape hides it. Easily one of the coolest features in modern video games is the ability to customize the armor and gear of your character. This feature was severely lacking in Shadow of Mordor and looks to continue that trend with Shadow of War. Swapping out your armor can increase your maximum health and looks to give you different attributes to complement your playstyle, and the armor itself looks really cool, but is guaranteed to be hidden behind Talion's generic black cape that we are all too familiar with. Is it that hard to change the cape too? Number 1. Necromancy confirmed. At least for orc leaders, but wouldn't it be cool if Talion could? Towards the end of the stunning gameplay reveal of Shadow of War, the sequel to Shadow of Mordor, which is releasing on August 22nd of 2017,
Come on!
we get a quick tease of the necromancy magic that will likely come into play in Shadow of War. Although Talion is never seen using an ability like this, we do see an orc with this ability. It would go against Talion's Lord of Light persona and shit, but goddamn it would be cool to kill a dozen orcs and then bring them back to life to fight for you. Regardless of whether or not this will actually be usable, it's still cool to see a new and unique element being added to the game. I don't know if it's as cool as riding a fucking dragon, but you know, I'm actually pretty excited for this game.